Hi everyone, this is Dinko again. So, in this episode today, I'm going to talk to a Kenyan brother. I have gotten some questions from friends and people I know, so I hope you like them. Stay tuned. Let's go to the interview, baby. Okay, so let's get to it. Abubakar, right?
Yes.
So
Abubakar
Africans give name with reasons, and the name usually has meaning.
Yeah.
So can you tell us what Abubakar means and why this name?
So Abubakar, basically, it's an Arabic name.
Mm-hmm.
It literally means father of a young camel.
Father of a young camel?
Yeah. So that's the
Not the old one?
No, not the old one. Young. You have to be a young blood, you know.
Yeah.
Old camel don't do anything. It's a dead camel.
Wow.
So the person I was named after is Abubakar bin Siddiq, who he used to be the companion of the Prophet. Like he was like a close friend, like the best friend to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Mm-hmm.
And then later he became like the first leader of the Islamic community after the death of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Mm-hmm.
And also he was the father-in-law to Muhammad.
So
And also someone else I was named after is his name is Abubakar too. He was the leader of the old Mali kingdom.
oh, Mali. Kingdom.
Yeah,
Okay.
like old Mali, before when Africa was just kingdoms, not countries. So he used to be a king, and like let's say Mansa.
Mm-hmm.
Mansa is a leader king. So he was the king of old Mali, he and then turned into an explorer. So it's believed he explored like the end of the ocean. That's from like West Africa all the way to like the Americas. That was way before Columbus and way before
The Atlantic?
Vasco
Okay.
da Gama and all
Okay.
those kind of people who are written in history.
You're very well versed about your name.
Yeah,
That's very good.
We believe like names shape people. So
Oh, yeah.
if you're naming a child, just choose the best names, and hopefully they'll turn up to be what their character is.
In a way, it's like a prophecy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I know many people from Africa speak many languages. How many languages do you speak?
Pretty much. If it's African languages, pretty much maybe 7-ish.
In what, 7?
Yeah.
What? Okay, so total outside Africa too.
So
What are
if
the
I,
languages
if I
you speak?
add English, then some French, so there's 2, and then some Japanese.
Japanese. Wow. This is amazing. An African speaking Japanese, it's my first time. When did you come to the US?
I got into the US, that was in the end of 2014.
Oh, so, okay, so about 5 years now?
Yeah, about
Okay.
5 years now.
Are you a citizen yet?
I'm in the process, just remaining the last bit of it.
So you have studied US history a little bit to pass that.
A little bit. Yeah, and I hope I'm culturally
Okay. Yeah.
confident with it.
Yeah. Okay. And so we all have some kind of image back in our homeland about America, and then we come here, and then some of it like meets our expectations, some of it don't. So what was your expectation like, and then when you come here, did you find it like you expected it?
In between.
By the way, you can have some bread.
Oh.
We're eating Ethiopian bread too. This is called mulmul. So thank you to Frey, my friend, for
Mulmul
making
in
this.
Sudan, that may round like it's some round kind
Oh
of
yeah,
bread.
this is round too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just cut it into 2 pieces. Okay, go ahead. So what was your expectation, and then was
So,
it the same when you got here?
So mostly I had a different view of America, because like coming here, I've never been here, and also just my orientation was just basically from the movies I watched. Like I was like I'd watch a whole lot of movies, and then about America, and then the sad part to that is just basically I thought what you see in the TV is just like Hollywood and maybe New York and things like that. So that is what I had expected kind of. Then coming here and then you realize, oh, there's like urban areas and there's also like kind of countries.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe everywhere is just gonna be
like New York.
Yeah, like a concrete jungle.
Yeah, same here. Like when I came to St. Louis, in fact, I didn't even know there was a name called St. Louis. Even the state by itself, I learned it later, not like California and like New York and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the biggest challenge for you living in America?
The challenge is US as a country is just like rat race. It's just like on the move. It's like constantly. It feels like you are just on a sprint every single time. It's just like you're on the move.
Yeah.
So like we always say, no hurry in Africa.
Yeah.
And then if you grew up in all that mentality of no hurry, like hurry has no blessings. You just take it easy. Here it's like no, hey, you have to be on your heels.
Yeah. Moving on. What do you admire about America? Tell us one or two things.
One thing I really admire about America is like its diversity. In America, this is one of the only places in the world where you could find different group of people in one country. Like any shades, you'll find people who are white, people who are black, people who are purple, people who are pink, green, whatever color. Like there's just,
yeah, I like pink. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Purple.
Everything.
You find all the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's a rainbow. It's a rainbow nation.
Yeah. Like you said, you're going to be a citizen soon. You're in the process. When you become a citizen, do you want to be considered as African American or just Kenyan American?
Like this is one thing I kind of still don't understand about America. Like if you are a citizen, you're a citizen. I'm just an American. And then maybe my background is just like whatever I believe in. I try to be American. So I don't see like why you should be. Why like one country?
Category.
Yeah, one country should have like kind of categories of its citizens.
As a black person, have you experienced any, racism or racial discrimination?
Hard to like. So far, I haven't like kind of experienced any something that I might deem as like a racial injustices. If it happened, maybe I didn't recognize it.
Okay. So, what are some of the stereotypes you have come across in America?
From
This
me or
can
from
happen.
Americans or like
Yeah, it can be by anybody. It can be like by fellow Africans or even somebody from like Ethiopia like me might have some stereotype about Kenya. So what is the funniest one you have ever heard about Kenya? Did people ask you if you run?
Like, I get that a lot. Like
Somebody asked me to ask you, do you run?
I'm the most laziest person, and not all Kenyans are runners.
Yeah.
So one time, like I think when I was talking to somebody, and they told me yes, they knew an African. Like, oh, maybe you know them. They are prominent people, and he comes from the city of Nigeria. So you might know him. He's prominent. And I was like, it's not like just one.
They thought you might know the person.
Yeah, like maybe I don't know why they thought that. Like
Maybe you look like him, or I don't know. Or
it's just that
because
that is from Africa, because that is the only African they could relate to. So they told me like,
okay.
oh, I knew this person is from Nigeria. You might know him because he's well known in his country, in his city actually. So then I was like, man, Africa is not like one big. It's not just like one country.
Yeah.
Like Nigeria and Kenya, those is like east and west. Like it's like one is in California, and then the other one is in
DC area.
DC or New York area. So like Kenya is in the East Africa,
Yeah, you
then
might
Nigeria is
know.
in the west. So
So what was your reaction? Like, did you explain that Nigeria is another country?
Yeah,
or-
I told him like Nigeria is it's far from where like I'm from. Like I've never been to Nigeria, so
Okay.
so
Yeah, that's pretty funny. What's one stereotype maybe Kenyans have about America?
I think like basically we think Americans are very loud. They're loud people.
Loud.
Yeah. Like you'd hear an American before you see him. Like I come from a culture where it's like you'll be seen before you to be heard, you know.
Yeah,
So Americans are heard before they're seen.
that's pretty funny, man. But so do you think that's true?
In a way, it is. And then also it goes to people's personality.
Okay.
You find people who are generally quiet. Some people are generally shy, and then others are just very hyper.
Yeah.
You know, so you cannot like kind of generalize maybe an individual.
Let's talk about food. In Kenya, is there a type of food that Americans might consider, oh, that shouldn't be a food or something like that?
There's so many dishes in Kenya, depending on like kind of where you go, because like Kenya is a country. Then inside the country, there's so many like kind of cultures and tribes. We might mostly look black or African, but like amongst all those kind of Africans, there's just kind of different cultures and different tribes and different languages.
Yeah.
And different people have different type of food. So there's some food like this. I might think it's a traditional milk, which is it's called mursik. That is like a little bitter. It's
The
led
milk
to
is a cow milk?
cow milk, but it's fermented. Sometimes they mix with some ash to make it a little to give it that
Like a flavor?
that different flavor.
Ash, like,
Ash, like after you burn a coal, like
okay, yeah.
the byproduct of that. So that will be kind of different. Or might see this people from the Maasai people, like they love milk, and sometimes they drink blood from like cow blood.
Okay.
So that even for someone I'm not a Maasai, but like
Even in Kenya, it could be not acceptable by other tribes.
Like I personally might not
Okay.
drink blood.
Yeah. What about the food in America?
I think the fact that like most of American food, people put sugar. It's sugar. Like for us, if you eat like, I might eat sugary things like in the morning, like maybe tea with sugar, or maybe a mandazi or a sweet bread or a donut with
Yeah.
tea. But like the main course in the like lunch hours, like eating, for example, a sauce that has sugar in it, like beans has sugar, or meat stew has sugar in it, which is, I don't know.
Yeah. So too sweet is not something Kenyans would enjoy.
No.
Okay.
It's also like the candy culture, like how here people eat candy. Like you'll see a really grown-up man or person eating candy. Like candies back home is basically just for kids. Like you are Uncle Dinko, you come in the neighborhood, you see some kids, you'd give them some candy.
Candies for kids.
For kids, but I can't picture myself going to buy candies for myself. Like you go to a candy store, you're like, oh my god, I don't know what to choose. Like should I this or you get excited.
Yeah, that's
So
that's a good concept. I think I share that too in Ethiopia. Even they fool kids with candies. Okay, so if people want to go to Kenya, I want to embed this question with what's so unique about Kenya? Something that makes it different from other African countries. Running, for example, we share with Ethiopia, but is there anything that stands out as something that's like, oh, this is Kenyan? And then are there like historical, places when they go to Kenya, where should they go?
So Kenya is uniquely to most places. So if I start saying today, I cannot finish. It's just like many amazing things about Kenya. So one thing that I think is uniquely about Kenya than any other place is first of like the shape of Kenya, like in the map. There's no, like, it's so unique, like it kind of looks like a shield, and there's nothing, no place with that kind of map. And also, like this Nairobi, like the capital city, it's a vibrant urban metropolitan in the city, one of the greatest cities in Africa. Then it has a contrast of like having like a national parks, and it still gives you like the safari feel. Like we have like Nairobi National Park is the only like Nairobi is the only city in the world that has a national park. And when I talk about national park, I don't talk like a park where like this one we're sitting. Where I'm talking about where like natural reserves where there's animals just roam freely, not like the zoo where they're in cages. They just kind of run free.
So roam around.
Yeah. So there's one.
Is that where people go for safari?
Yeah, most
like
people.
Lions and leopards.
Yeah. If you have seen like some of National Geographic or like like the Big Cat Diary, it's a British show about like kind of wildlife. So most of it is some of it has been filmed in Nairobi.
Oh, it's in Nairobi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is one thing that makes Kenya unique. Then also one other thing is like, as we know, Kenya sits like right in the equator, and equator seems to have like just kind of warm weather. So Kenya being sitting right in the middle of the equator, there is like a snow-capped mountain like right in the middle, like the Mount Kenya.
Like there are mountains.
Yeah, so Mount Kenya has like snow on top of it. I think that's where Kenya got its name from. Like it's derived from like Mount Kenya, which means like the mountain
of
smoke or something, or snow or something. I'm not good with the phrase.
So Kenya by itself has a meaning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's great.
Yeah, like basically like any other culture in Africa, countries has meaning.
So people go to Kenya for safari.
Well, Kenya is well known for its safari. Then also the culture and the people. In Nairobi, like one thing that one culture that stands out, like that's a pop culture, which is like the matatus. Like where matatus are basically like our public transport, but like the Kenyan ones is so different. Like especially in Nairobi, is so different, whereby it has like kind of some arts in it, like kind of graffitis and maybe big screen. Like here, if you've watched like Pimp My Ride, so that's like the matatu version of it. Like you won't find it anywhere else. Like it's very souped up, kind of automobile that is used for public transport. It's like it has a lot of entertainment in it. Like it feels like you're in a club because it's music and also lights and all this kind of thing. So anywhere in Africa you cannot find that. Yeah. So cool. I think we're kind of known for that.
And Hakuna Matata, is that from Kenya?
So, and don't say it like that because you sound like Muzungu. Muzungu means just like
like white people.
White people.
Yeah.
But like you said, Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, you
Not
pronounce
matata.
the T. Yeah, you pronounce the T's. Matata.
Oh, Matata.
Yeah. You might say something different when you say Hakuna Matata. So.
It means something else if I say
it's
Hakuna
an inside
Matata.
joke. It's an inside joke we share with some young people. Like means just Hakuna Matata means flat ass.
Oh, like flat ass.
Yeah, so don't say Hakuna Matata, you say Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata, I love it.
So,
oh man.
You so Hakuna Matata basically is a Swahili word that means no problem.
Yeah.
So Hakuna means no, Matata means problem.
Cool. And let's say you go back, what do you want Kenyans to know about America?
Corruption and just kind of sometimes like any other place in Africa, just kind of good
law
leadership.
Is in place, but nobody enforces it.
Yeah, nobody's enforced of it, and just kind of people are into culture of like kind of kitu kidogo. Like that means just give me something a little like that. That's just like a bribery.
Okay.
So I'd wish if we get rid of bribery, the country would would be very far.
Well, thank you so much, Abubakar. I really appreciate it. Asante sana, right?
Asante sana.
And
Karibu sana.
if you have anything else to add, now is your time. On my part, I'm done. Please thank my guest and subscribe and share this so that people can join this channel and then hear people's story directly from the horse's mouth.
Yeah,
All right?
and I'll just encourage Americans to kind of visit Africa, visit more. Like there's more to Africa than just famine and war and diseases and just kind of poverty. But there's just that is just
More.
like the negative, and sometimes which is not like kind of the real thing that is going on. Just go visit. There's a lot of things you could. There's a lot of things you could explore. Like the people are very nice, very friendly. There's so many things you could see, like natural things, and just the climate, the weather, and just the air is beautiful. The people are beautiful. The food is beautiful. Like, if you ask me, there's no place like Africa. Like any part of Africa you go, you still can feel like the people, like the spirit. That's just one big thing I miss mostly when I'm here. Like I get homesick. It's just like the people. It's just like it's just kind of priceless. They are warm-hearted and which you don't find it here.
All right. Thank you so much, Abubakar,
Thank
again.
you for having me.
I will
Keep
see
up,
you
be
soon.
my brother.
Another time.
All right.
All right.
Cheers.